This is breaking news on Portland CW.
A day of action today here and around the nation. No Kings rallies that have been peaceful around the country here in our area until tonight. At this hour, take a look. It's a live look outside the ICE facility in South Portland, where dozens of demonstrators started to get defiant, blocking the ICE building's driveway, breaking the gate twice, and burning flags within the hour. I'm Lisa Balick. Welcome to the 10. Earlier today, tens of thousands of Oregonians filled up the streets in Portland and in rallies all across the state in a multitude of No Kings gatherings. Peaceful protests against President Trump and many of his policies, from immigration to the war in Iran to the price of gas. Now, while the large No Kings rallies around Oregon remain peaceful throughout the day, it is a different story at this hour outside the ICE facility in South Portland. In fact, it's been that way since about 7 o'clock tonight. Our Ariel Salk is live outside the ICE facility at this hour. Ariel, tell us, one thing that's been very different, I understand, tonight out there is that the federal response in the past has been they would just come out with the chemical munitions as soon as people approached anywhere near the building. Now, at this point, you're saying that you have not seen that kind of response?
That's correct. We have not seen any tear gas or chemical munitions being used, possibly some pepper balls within the last hour or so. But outside of that, no, we have not seen any tear gas tonight, which after an appeals court earlier this week, they are allowed to, but they haven't been using it. I'm going to kind of step aside so you can get a better look. But we've seen earlier a protester climb on top of the building over here, kind of by that front door, rip off the security cameras and to take down this cable, which now has been fastened into what appears to be a noose. Earlier today, protesters broke the gate that goes into that lets cars in and out of the driveway into the building. They broke that not once, but twice. After the first time, Portland police officers pushed the protesters back, kind of where we're standing now, while federal agents appeared to try to fix it and put an armored car behind it. Once Portland police left, protesters went up and broke it again within 30 seconds. Now, once again, we've been seeing Portland police on and off throughout the area, as well as police that look like came from Salem. They usually tuck themselves around the areas, drive right through, kind of try to de-escalate. Maybe have made at least one arrest. I'm still waiting to get that confirmed. We also saw some flag burning today, a demonstration where they kind of cleared out a space in the middle of the road here. They had an American flag and a Nazi flag and lit that up. Protesters have also been throwing water bottles, rocks, eggs at the building as well as the agents. But once again, we have not been seeing any use of the chemical munitions. You might be able to see right now they're kind of rattling that gate again, trying to break it open. They might be able to do that. Not sure, but we're going to keep an eye out and bring you the latest. Reporting live at South Portland, Ariel Salk. Back to you, Lisa.
All right, Ariel, we will probably be going back out to you tonight. Again, those are the gates that are for the driveway that allow the federal agents in and out of that particular building. Now, in the Rose City, demonstrators met up at several locations around the city, including the convention center. These were the No Kings rallies that went on throughout the city, throughout the state, that were peaceful. Another large crowd met along the waterfront before marching across the Steel and Burnside bridges. They were blocking traffic for a time there. Then back into downtown, you're seeing that large rally with tens of thousands of people gathered here in our area. They passed by several of the federal buildings and ended their march back at the waterfront this afternoon. Those taking part told us they wanted to be part of another national protest demanding change and accountability from the current administration.